Well, hello everyone. How are you doing? A little bit late. That's because I was talking. So,
I'm
welcome Trisha G. How are you?
great, thank you, Wayne. And
Haven't
you?
seen you in a while.
I know, I've been really
I
busy.
know. Well, you have been. I have seen you like everywhere. I think you were actually on the Rex Bear show, weren't you?
Yeah, what day was that? I think it was last Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we today? It's Monday. Yeah, just the days of flying. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday I was on my Rex. I
Yeah.
can't remember. But yeah, it was really
Yeah.
good. And
And your station, your channel is growing?
yeah, we're at nearly 2K now. It's just boomed.
Yeah, man,
Like
I'll
we
tell you
hit 1K
what.
and it's nearly doubled. But I know it's not all about the figures, but it feels it's nice. And I've
I'm
had some guests on, and I've got a really great guest lined up. I've just got to confirm. He's a British guy, um, and he's a specialist in narcissistic. But it's more about teaching people how to recover from narcissistic abuse. But he started off doing. It's called Spartan Life Coach, and he started off doing teaching martial arts. More body. To protect yourself physically,
hmm
and he's very academic, but he's also like, I think he appeals to a lot of people because he's seems like just a normal guy, like a lad's lad kind of thing, similar age to me, I think he is. But he also has got the academic and the psychology side, and the so he's got the experience because he's been there himself, and he's got the academic. And I've been following him for years, learning about it because of past experiences for myself. Didn't know what I was dealing with, but then realized that probably what he teaches is what I was going through.
Well, that's the great thing. There's always, if you're searching for knowledge somewhere or another, it will show up and you'll find that.
Yeah. And
And
I
that,
just emailed him. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to reach out. Like he's got quite a big channel compared. And I thought, do you know what? He can either say yes or no. And I'm just going to ask him. And he just says, yeah, sure.
well,
So
I
hopefully
think you'll
he's
have a
on
great
the,
time.
yeah.
I just want to say hello to everybody. Let's see, K-Bat, did you put, I just want to say the room is filling up. Thank you, the moderators. Thank you, folks, for just keeping the conversation of a high energy. And, people want to start already with dates. And so
Let
10,
me just
14,
put in
15,
the chat up,
16.
but I'm going to mute it. So
I just want to, yeah, there you go. And you can look at it as I'm talking as well. So
put the chat
your
on.
channel is growing. You're getting guests on there. And I think that's great. People are recognizing the gift and the talent you have. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, and I've got so many. If because I've I guess worked with a TV show for 4 years, and yeah, not everybody. I'm very picky about who like I would want to have on.
Sure.
But I've connected with lots of people over the years that are Reiki masters, angelic Reiki, numerologists, healer, all sorts. And like, really, if I think about it, I've got lots of people I can have on and also do my own thing as well. But I love that side of I don't know if you do as well, being,
Mm-hmm.
because with
Yeah.
all the numbers we've got the same, which is quite smooth. It's like, I quite like the interaction and the interviewing, or well, chatting. It's not really interview, it's more
Well, that's the key to a good interview is to make it conversational and not, mechanical, you know.
yeah. And also other people are getting something from it or learning from it, or it's waking them up. I've had
I
some really,
learned I learned back in the 70s watching Dick Cavett. Dick Cavett was one of the do you probably don't even know who.
no, sorry.
Well, Google him,
I
and
will.
Dick Cavett was probably one of the best interviewers. Dick Cavett was the one who interviewed John Lennon,
Wow.
and where actually it's the scene that if you've seen the movie Forrest Gump.
Yes, many
Yeah.
times.
Okay, so that interview with John Lennon, that was Dick Cavett.
Right. Okay.
Okay, with so anyway, and that's the key to, a good conversation, and it's what I like about our community, of which I'm bragging on all the time. We're getting some great people coming in, and they're hearing about everyone.
Yeah, I just want to say hi
Yeah.
to everybody in the chat room because I'm
Yeah,
watching.
you can see if you look at that 111.
Oh,
There is
awesome.
that
The numbers,
number.
the
That
numbers.
number has actually been following me all around. It's like, what is going on?
And another thing, Wayne, that I've been so blessed. I've been getting sent gifts. I got this big box. Well, it seemed a normalish box of from Pamela. I don't know if she's in the chat room, but if she comes in, and she sent me a box of crystals, jewelry, you name it was in that box. And I'm like so blessed. And I'm having to get a PO box. Like, I know this is crazy. I'm having to buy a PO box because everybody wants to send me gifts, and I just feel like, and I got these cards, so I might use these tonight if we do any readings.
For sure,
Beautiful.
we will. We will.
Yeah,
Now,
beautiful.
what are those? The
Well, there are,
secrets.
sorry, the secrets of the Mystic Grove. Never seen these before ever.
Well, show them. I'd like to see those. Those look
Yeah, I'll get them
really
out.
awesome.
They're beautiful. And she sent me those with loads of stuff. And there's some stuff I've got to send to Heidi and Rex. And yeah, so.
Wow.
And they've got messages in them, obviously. And I've managed, I don't know whether I should say this live.
Well, Brandon, thank you. Just look at that. I love the artwork on that.
Beautiful, aren't they?
Seeking knowledge. So, all right. So let's do me first on those. What do you do on
Yeah,
those?
let's pull you a card. I was just about to, must have read my mind. I was just about to say, let's pull Wayne a card. I've even connected with the guys making the hats for the Leap project, and
Oh, really?
I've managed to. I don't know, I'm going to surprise Rex. I've managed to, let's say, get something for myself.
I think it's great. You see, folks, this is what entrepreneurship, networking, making what you have been given, your talents, what you can do. So I think this is so cool.
He doesn't know I've got this yet.
Oh, I love it.
I can't get it on tonight, but when I next go on with Rex, I'm just going to rock up with it on, and he'll probably know that. He doesn't know that I've got it. So
this is what I love about this group. I mean,
I've been quite blessed like that. I was lucky. This guy said, "No, there's a mark on it, but you can have it." And then I said I'd do him a reading and exchange because it's only fair. You know, I'm not just going to take it. But
well,
edition.
I think that's cool. You know, you really should wear that hat sometimes.
I nearly put it on tonight, and then I was sort of rushing a bit, so I can't get it on here. But
that's just too cool. I got to tell you what.
Yeah, I've got
folks. We have got to learn to laugh. Someone wrote me today, and I got to tell you, Trisha, it was just a heartbreaking story, and you know, such sadness in this person's life, you know, and just it just seems so much around them. And I just said to him, I said, when was the last time you had joy?
Mm.
I mean, anyway, yeah. So laughter, folks, that's the key.
I think the problem is I've found, like, when, say, bad things happen, like when my dad passed away, people think like you shouldn't laugh or you shouldn't be happy. Like when someone's just died, there's a lot of like people think you should, you know, be mourning like all the time, which I don't agree with personally. If you feel like having joy and don't feel guilty about having, I'm not saying, obviously I was devastated when I lost my dad. I was very close to him, but you know, you can't stay stuck in that constant.
I don't understand the process of grieving in itself, because how we approach and see death is that, what are we grieving about? I mean, if it's the lack of their presence and their energy, yeah, okay, I can dig that. But the other side of that grieving process is that, oh God, they died, they're gone. No, they're not gone. They're just on another part of the journey. And anyway, I'm telling you, there's got to be more teaching on that, Trisha.
I think sometimes people are grieving for what they didn't have, because I remember all the good things, and I wasn't sad about that. But sometimes you grieve for like maybe what you didn't have with that person, or that you didn't get, or things like that. And maybe regrets for some people. I mean, I don't have any regrets when it comes to that.
Yeah,
But maybe some people, do. I don't know. Everybody's different. And
it is. Everyone is different. It's just, that's what I love about humanity. We
I was
are
talking to my
so,
I went out with my neighbour on Saturday, and her husband died 10 years ago, and she started even, just talking about him 10 years later. And she's number 9 like us, ironically. And she's Moroccan, and listening to her life story, it was just amazing. But she lost him 10 years ago, and she started to fill up, and she felt bad for crying. She said, don't feel bad, you need to get it out, you can't keep that stuck in. But she laughed and cried as well, and it was just really nice. So
yeah.
yeah.
Everyone does it differently. I really do believe that. All right. So what are those beautiful cards?
Yeah.
What do they do?
Well, these are oracle cards. So obviously you've got, well, not obviously, because not everybody knows. So these are your traditional tarot that you must
Yes, I
so
have some like that.
you've got the Rider-Waite. Yeah. I mean, I'd stopped using these, but I got another deck recently. I sort of enjoying using them again because I've been using others for many years. Oracle cards, so in tarot you get 78 cards, but
Okay.
in oracle it can vary. They're usually 44. I think there's 44 in here.
44. Okay.
44, yeah, let's see if there's 40. Some decks vary, but there tends to be 44. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 44 in here. So, they'll have a little message here. Obviously this says, so actually I pulled your number 44. I didn't look. And
I didn't either.
What I've noticed, Wayne, is when some days the numbers, when they're like 44, 12, 12, or the 111, it's like something's going to happen for me when I see it a lot in one day. Within 24 hours, something either emerges, it can be positive or negative, or something, secrets are revealed, or something really good happens. Usually it's good, I've found. Or the truth will come out about something. So I've learned it's almost like a message. It's like a code.
Wow.
For me, that's how I found it. So
I love
you've
that.
got number 44,
Okay.
and it's got rhythms, groundedness, nature, and earth. And obviously there's a little book that comes, I keep saying obviously, it's not obvious. So you get a little book. Now,
Okay.
you can read the book meaning, or you can just look at, I'm going to look, the best way to read cards is intuitively. So you'd sort of either put your hand over, and then it's like when you look at it, what jumps out at you 3D on that card.
What it does for me?
Yeah, say for your
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
what out of all that, and it could just be the number. It may be nothing to do with.
Actually, I see the star, the sun.
Do you
That
know what
drew.
that was catching my? It's either that
Yeah, right
or
there.
that
Yeah.
flower
Yeah.
particularly that was getting my
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
So let's have a look. See, I won't read all the message out because they can be.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah. So it says, I'm not going to read it all because, like you see, you get a full.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
going to read all that out. I'm just going to give you the gist of it. So, so it's a northern flicker, the bird. So I think it's about just feeling basically, it's pretty straightforward. It's about being grounded, connecting with nature. So maybe you need to connect with nature more, or, do you good to get out in nature if you're not getting out enough. It's a bit cold to be getting barefoot on the grass at the moment, maybe. But
Little icy.
I would say if you're not going out in nature enough, I don't know whether you are or not, but if you're not, then maybe you need to. Flowers, flowers are very high vibration, and you can have them in your home as well. So what's it saying? So it's saying like the bird, he needs the organic sustenance of the earth. So maybe you could say, do you need more organic food in your diet? Do you need to be connecting with earth? This is how I would read it. So look. So the orange poppies, purple irises, pink coneflowers, the flowers open to him, and he in turn appreciates their beauty. So it's about appreciating beauty in the particularly nature or everywhere, because beauty's everywhere. So this card reminds us to get our head where our feet are. So it's like getting out of your head, down into your feet. grounding. So that would be the message, general sort of message.
Cool.
So when somebody gets that card, maybe they need to basically get grounded. Maybe they're ungrounded at the minute. Or I felt today and yesterday, I don't know if you ever get this, my solar plexus was just churning. And it's usually when I'm picking something up about somebody or something. I don't always know what it is at the time, but I've learned to trust it.
So yesterday, was it right back here?
No, my solar plexus.
Oh, your solar plexus in here. Okay, yeah, excuse me. All right.
So it was
I got to get the body turned around here.
Yeah, and it was like I felt it before I came on as well. It's like I was feeling like almost this urgency of energy from somewhere, it could be somebody. It's not always a bad thing. It can be maybe somebody wants to connect with me or something like that. So it's died down a bit now. I've gotten here, but then I'm distracted. So it's probably.
All right. Who's sending the psychic energy? Come on. All right. Put your psychic hand up. Let me see. Sue, is it you?
I think it's a man. I think I'll put it out there. I think it's a man.
It's a man. Okay.
Not in a bad way. I think it's a man.
Well, you're a single woman.
I am.
Yeah. There we go. I think that there's someone for everyone. So, I like that. So that's cool. So let me just say, I saw it in the chat room going by. Someone saw an inverted rainbow today. Ooh. Is that what I saw? Who wrote that?
Yeah, see, everybody, like, I think Amanda put about poppies. I mean, even you could look, say if a flower jumped out at you, for example, poppies have a meaning. It could be the poppy is trying to tell you something. So it's not always.
Yeah. Now, is that a sun that's behind the bird up there? What is, or is that a star? That little round dot?
It looks a bit cross between the star and the sun, to be honest with you. It's not, it's a little strange symbol, but
it is. Yeah.
It's meant to catch your eye.
It is, and it does, because I saw the bird, but I wasn't focused.
Yeah, but it wasn't the bird that was really pulling me.
No, it wasn't. That's interesting. Well, I wanted to break in as well. So today we saw some interesting. Oh, all right. So Brian, it was you. All right, cool. I'd make the Milky Way. I'll check that out. We're going to have Brian back on too, and we're going to have Steve with Slightly Stinted Sleuth as well. Let's talk about the year 2018. So this is the year 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the significance of year 11 is beginnings or endings?
No, not
either one. Beginnings. Okay. All right. So what does 11 signify for us?
You could say 11 is two ones together. So in a way it's beginnings, but 11 is about spiritual enlightenment. It's about about waking up. So anybody, say if they have 11s in the chart, the number 11 is about illumination. The word light is a number 11.
Oh.
So it's going to shine the light on a lot of things. And I felt like the first 2 weeks, I was really like looking forward to 2018. And it's not every new year that I get that, I can't wait for 2018, I'm ready for it. But I was this year. And then boom, a few weeks in, I felt like lots of people, all this stuff was coming up around me. It wasn't necessarily, I'm not saying I've had my stuff, we've all had our stuff. But I was seeing all these people's shadows stuff like coming up to the surface, like, and nobody in particular, like on a mass scale, government, all the paedophilia stuff. Just, I don't know, but there was also a lot of people, if they don't do the personal development, and I was saying this half of last year, which I wasn't on YouTube till October, mid-October, late October, that you're going to struggle if you don't do the inner work. And I mean the real inner work, not I'm working on myself. I'm doing a few affirmations that you need to go deeper than that. And I'm I feel I'm shedding layers still. I think you will for the rest of your life if you keep doing the work.
Well, I think that's the thing. I had, as you know, Friday night had Dr. Albers and Scott Zione on, and that subject always invokes a lot of energy, both good and bad. And there seems to be, unfortunately, a very negative element to that subject matter. And I had to write back to an individual who thought that this channel was really about a channel about debating such issues as Planet X. And as I wrote him, that's not what we're here to do. This channel is about documenting the journey of one's soul to determine what it is to be awake and what is it to be aware. And I think you're absolutely right, Trisha. I think that if we do not begin individually and collectively begin to get this thing figured out, whatever this year holds for us, and I think it's going to hold many surprises. I think that card that you said, the 44, the grounding card. Now, how I took that was the grounding is, and I'll just lay it out here. What I have been feeling the last couple of weeks is that the earth itself is sending out a message. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. And she's trying to tell us something. And I get the feeling more and more. So when I see this year as a great year of hope, and, you know, when I saw what I saw on December 31st was purple. And that was not going to be one of my colors, but that's what I saw 2000.
Oh, I remember. I've got the chills now. I remember you saying it because I said fashion industry. That was the color. Look, I'm drinking out of a purple bottle. It's the fashion industry had chosen that for the color of 2018, which you might not have known that if you don't follow.
Yeah, I don't really follow that a whole lot. You know? It's like, but the impression that came psychically to me. So kind of adding on to that, and it's I see it going on in the chat room as well, is that what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of us now awakening to what we would call this inner awareness. So that's how I see it.
I mean, I'll admit, you know, there's things that are coming up in my life, and I'm more and more now sitting back and observing it instead of reacting like I might have done 10, 15 years ago. And, you know, trying to look at, because I was thinking earlier on, at the end of the day, because I know there's been a lot of controversy on YouTube and lots of people falling out and stuff, is at the end of the day, everybody wants to be accepted.
Sure they do. That's what it is.
You know, everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to be accepted, and people sort of make groups, they have channels, or like people when they're getting gangs, at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is being accepted. And not everybody is going to want to be in the same sort of groups, or, you know, not everybody's going to connect at the same level. And that, I wish just everybody could accept that and say it's not personal. You know, we're just different places or different vibes. I don't know. And it's not anybody's better than anyone else. I just wish people could say, do you know what? We're doing our own thing and it's nothing personal, you know? Yeah. That's what I wish more people could say.
I think so often that we forget as adults that we're still much like children on the school ground, playground. We're trying to, we want to be a part of it. And here's the mind coitus. We're already a part. And what I find so often with people is that they struggle when they start becoming aware of themselves. And so often what you'll see arise first many times is that they're almost in a state of confusion, you know, and eventually they'll get their bearings. They'll eventually get leveled out. And that's why I tell everyone, don't get wrapped around the axle about it. It's going to be okay. You know, we all have misunderstandings, and I see that's the cat. I love it.
She has to get in every time.
Oh, I love that cat. That is a cool cat.
She's been really clingy last couple of days. When I've had this, sorry, come on.
No, that's all right. I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah, somebody was taking the mickey out of the fact that my cat is part of my channel. And that was another thing. I just thought, do you know, that's not nice.
Well, it just goes to show you, Trisha, how we all perceive reality differently. And you're right. I used to be a type of person that I would hear something something and I would fly off the, the wall, so to speak, and say, well, now just what were you meaning by that? Now I look at it and go, what is he meaning by that? It's like, I don't take the offense. I'm going, where was his head at when he was writing this?
Yeah, and that's what I feel I'm getting. I'm more at that place now. It's like, well, hang on a minute. Like, maybe this person's like really struggling, or they're scared.
Yeah.
Maybe it's financial. They're scared because about money, and people do, act out when they're
Oh,
worried
they
about.
do. They do. And when you're under stress, I mean, hey, I'm the first one here to tell you, folks. My wife, constant worrier. She's getting much better than that. And even for myself, when you're constantly feeling like you're the pinball in the pinball machine, and it's like you're taking one lick after the other, that begins to psychologically and I think as well psychically impact us. And people then react.
Yeah. Everybody has their limits. Actually, life path number 3s are quite prone to worry.
Mm-hmm.
I've found.
Yeah.
It seems to be a trait of theirs. Yeah, they can be worriers. So.
Yeah, they definitely can.
Amanda's put she hides under stress. Yeah, I internalize it, I think, a lot.
I do
It takes
too.
a lot for me to lash out. I internalize it. It's like I go within.
And that'll eventually come out in somewhere else. And, I think that's what we're here to do. So, good Lord, we've taken half of our time just talk. It's like having coffee with you, I swear. It's like, okay, well, how you been, Trisha? House looking pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
I know.
Except it's 2:00 in the morning, her time, folks.
I know.
But
I'm fine once I'm taught, like I said to you earlier, if I stop, then yeah, I'm tired, but I got myself geared up. So
hey, hello, look who we got all in here. Angela's in here. I think this is cool. Good to see you, Angela. All right, so let's get some people going. You want to do some readings?
Yeah, absolutely. Got my
Would you like to use? Okay, would you like to use whatever you feel? So, folks, now is the time. Step right on. Give us, what do you need?
So if they've not, there'll be lots of people here that have had their numerology done. So if they haven't, they can drop the date of birth. But please put the month, unless it's like the 31st of the month, then it's obvious because we do our birthdays different to you. And I'll draw everybody a card as well. I'll do if they've had the date of birth done, we'll pull them a card. Or if they've got a question, maybe.
Okay, so come on, folks. There's 163 of you in here. Who's the first one? Let's see. Mark Sharp. Trisha, do a reading for me. All right, Mark, you came up here, the first one. So what do you need? Give us your birthday, Mark.
Yeah. If we'll have a quick look. I'll shuffle the cards and I'll pick him a card but I need the year. I need the day, the month, and the year.
Oh man, they're starting to come by the hundreds. So.
The golden report. I know his life path. I did his numbers for him earlier.
Yeah, I have to stop and I'm going out here. So I got Rachel Stone, 9377.
I'm looking out. Trisha was spot on with my. Oh, thank you, Brian. Oh, here we go. He's 3rd of the 6th. Right. Oh God, they're coming in thick and fast.
I know I had to do that. I had to stop myself. So
Mark Sharp, is that the 3rd of June or the 6th of March? Because it won't change your life path number, but it will change your birthday number, which is not a great deal, but it would still be wrong.
Kat Conway, is that 1966? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is 66. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then David Russell, I see his is 9276. 9276. Hey, you folks making me feel a little more advanced.
I'll pull the Z Golden report a card in a bit because I know his life path number is 11 because we did it earlier.
Okay, man, there's so many.
Douglas's mum is watching tonight and would love for Trisha. I did her a mini reading the other night. Okay, March. So he's the 6th of March, 1969.
Okay.
I'll look at Mark first. So 10, 16, 17, 18.
And y'all, I'm copying them down as fast as I can. So you go ahead, Trisha, and I will feed you that little mic it's in your ear.
Yeah. Okay. So I've pulled him a card, but I'll read that after. So for Mark, he's a life path 7. So yeah, 3rd of, I always put it in again, 6th of March, 69. So he's a life path 7. So I'm going to use Heidi as an example because a lot of people know Heidi. So Heidi Vandenberg, she's a life path 7. So 7s are very analytical. Their path in life is analytical, very technical, very in the mind. Wayne, you have 1 7 in your chart, at least I know, because we've got the same attitude number. So you can have the same number in different places in your chart, but it's very psychic, so it's akin to Scorpio. So Mark will be, no one will ever really know Mark. There'll be very many layers. People will think they know him, but they'll never know the real Mark. It's like there's this invisible veil that you can't really see. He'll want to know everything about you, but he won't really want you to know all his secrets. But they make great scientists, researchers, psychics, astrologers, numerologists, often number 7. They're often number 7 men. They can surgeons as well. They make great surgeons, or like actually the police. I know a few that are in the police. There's a guy that comes in, I won't say his name just in case I don't want it repeated again. He's been in the police for 20 odd years in America. So they make great literal detectives. That's his path in life. One of his biggest life lessons is to learn to open up emotionally, because they're very often very introverted.
Wow.
It's an introverted life path number. They can be sociable, but they're like, and he's the type of guy that will want to fill up, recharge, maybe alone. They can be lone wolves, so they have to be careful of not being too isolated. But they don't normally like lots of, like a 3 or a 5 will probably be able to recharge in a crowd, whereas the 7's more likely to want to recharge on their own. He's got a 6th birthday and he's got a 9 attitude number. So 6 and 9, 3, 6, 9s are very similar. So this guy's going to be very gifted, like very empathic, very psychic, very intuitive. And this is just half of his numbers. I mean, it's you've seen your report. Like,
yeah. Let me tell you, folks, worth it. I mean,
I did an extension because I did the special offer for Rex's channel. I'd done it for half of January, and then I extended the buy one get one free to the 14th of Feb, because I went on Rex's channel the 31st. I remember the day now. So I said I'd extend it. And I'm happy to extend it, because last time I came on with you at Christmas, wow, I was bombarded.
That got crazy. It did. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I still refer to that. What I liked about Trisha was that when she sent the reading back, I mean, yeah, it gets real. It gets real. I'll put it that way.
I still look at mine,
Yeah, I mean, we should.
So his attitude number 9 is the first impression people get of him. So that's the day and month of birth added together. Okay. So his first impression people get of him has been humanitarian. So imagine this guy deep down is quite a kind guy. If he's on the positive side, he'll be caring, but he probably covers a lot of that up at times. The number 7 likes to hide it. So he is now, because his birthday's next month, he's in a personal year 11 and a global year 11. So he really needs to be prepared to wake up, do the personal development more than ever. Like we all do, but someone like him will probably feel it. I said this in the year 9 about all the 9s, and it sort of panned out. So his psychic ability is probably going to go boom. His intuition, like the information he gets, the dreams he has. So be interesting.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So okay. I drew him a card, and it's number 42 he got.
Wow.
And this came out actually for a lady the other day, and it was perfect. So it's 42, it's direction, navigation, guidance, and signs. So what this card, I remember what it was saying. And I'm actually drawn to the compass out of everything. The compass is getting and it was about taking action now. Like, you've got the ideas, it's enough waiting, enough planning. Now is the time to make a choice and go for it. That's what that card's all about.
I was drawn to the mask.
And yeah, you see, that's what I mean. So the mask, that'll mean something to you, whereas I was drawn to the compass.
Yeah.
Out of everything on there, which is the most obvious.
Direction. Now you've got people really wanting to go, all right.
So that's the message for Mark. So I hope that helped, Mark.
Let us know. Rachel, I have 9377.
Do you know if that's the 9th of March or the 3rd of September?
I think it's September. Yes.
3rd of September.
September 3rd, 1977.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to change her life, and it's Rachel, isn't it?
Yes.
If I'm looking down, everybody, I just scribble it on there, so I'm not reading notes or anything, just so people know.
Brandon, thank you again.
Oh, Brandon, bless.
Thank you.
So 9, 10, 11, 12. It just saves me keeping it all in my head. 14.
No, I'll tell you. I'd be sitting there with, an abacus.
Abacus.
You see, Trisha, I can make you laugh. 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I've still got a sense of humor at 2:30.
There you go. I got to tell you, it's just genuine.
So she's a good choice. So that was interesting you picked her. She's a life path number 9, same as me and Wayne. Mark says, Trish, you hit the nail on the head. Wow. Awesome. You're welcome.
Cool. She's good.
So, sorry, what was her name again? Rachel.
Rachel, yes.
Yeah. So she's a life path 9, same as, I'm using Wayne and I as an example because obviously you see either Wayne or me or both of us. So her path in life is the humanitarian. We're about global consciousness. 9s are ruled by Mars. So if we're on the weak side, we can have a temper, like you were saying earlier, years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I have not really about lashing out. There were things that I used to get cross about, probably more to do with family. But forgiveness is the biggest thing. Forgiveness of the ugliness of the world. Forgiveness of, often family is a huge one for us number 9s. I know it's for a lot of people, but there's something about 9s with family. She's got a 3 birthday and a 3 attitude number. So all 3 numbers are very creative. So this lady's going to be very creative. So there's 3 types of 3s. There's the 3s, and some people have heard this before, but the painting, the artist type 3. So I'd love to know that lady that you had on, what was her name? The lady that was painting you bought some of her art, I think.
That...
Not Daisy,
Was it Daisy?
Is it Daisy in it?
I think it was Daisy.
Yeah, I'd love to know her life path number because I was thinking, watching it, I bet she's got 3s. So there's the type, that can paint like that, or, musically gifted. There's the very creative in the mind type, so they've got great ideas. And then there's the type that are creative with their words, as in writing poetry.
Okay.
Music, that comes in the 3rd. So some people might have all 3 if they're lucky.
Yeah.
They might have the whole thing. So she's got 2 3s and a 9 at least. So I would love to know. She's going to have to be very careful about staying very grounded, though, with those 3s.
Well, there you go.
Money. She'll have to be careful with money. Daisy Von Dane or Darlin, is it somebody said?
Daisy. I know her as Daisy. I actually have her in my follow-up box, and
I'll have to find out one day because I was intrigued.
She is just a delight. I'll just tell you. Yeah. Just
I liked her energy.
Great energy. So what do you have a card for Miss Rachel?
So just quickly, she's in a year 4 going into year 5, and I just said then about money. She's going to have to be careful about money. So going up to about August, September, she needs to sort of make sure her finances to the best of her ability. So anybody, when you're in year 4, if you've got debt, it doesn't matter. Like, you can do it any year, but it's like it's the Capricorn energy. It's about structure. It's about making things orderly, hard work, determination, not giving up. And then she's going to go into year 5, which is really fast paced, magnetizing people to her, things like that. So, yeah.
You see, that's what I love about. There's a balance.
Yeah. She's going to probably gone. When I went through year 4, it was like wading through treacle. But then when I got into the year 5, and I never take it like, oh yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I had opportunities landing on my lap, left, right, and center, whereas it felt in the year 4 nothing was happening. But it was all behind the scenes. And that's, if you can just remember that it's not forever and things will change, then it's easier to cope with.
I want to, and I'm glad you brought that up as you're pulling her card. So I'll just inject right here. One of the things I have become more conscious of, folks, and I'll just share this with the whole group, is that when it feels like it's negative, just think, and when there's nothing happening, because I'm a type of guy, I like things happening. You're right, Trisha. There is so much happening in the background that we don't know about. And I think it's good that we don't at times. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, because if you think like the guy I said that is coming on my channel, I've been watching him for years, like as learning from him. And then to think like he's going to be coming on and we're going to be having a chat. It's like, wow, I would never have imagined a few years ago that would be happening. Like I wasn't even doing YouTube, so yeah, it's learning to have faith, isn't it? And I'm learning that.
God.
Having faith that it's all going to work out, and if you think it's going wrong, it's actually not. It might feel like it's going wrong, but it's going right. But you think it's wrong.
I'll share something later in the weeks and months to come. Something that I went through last week that could have been very, very perilous, but there are forces, Trisha, I'm finding out, that do protect us.
Yes. Oh, you're giving me chills saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll share it with y'all. But yeah. All right. So what's the card? Would you tell the commentator to keep his mouth shut?
She got the same card as you. And I said about grounding, that maybe she's going to have to stay very grounded. She got the same card. Seems
to be the theme, folks.
Yeah, I'll be honest, for her though, I'm drawn to the poppies, particularly that one for some reason. Isn't there something about poppies, about standing tall and standing out? There's something about flowers, and it might be poppies, that stand tall and stand, because basically you're standing out from the crowd, and you're I can't remember the full analogy of it, but it's like standing tall and standing out. But what
I got out of that impression was recognition,
yeah, or being noticed.
Yep. And actually it's daisies as well that really stand high above. And that's what, when you said that, and this is Rachel, right? So so Rachel, what I was getting for you, and I don't know this, but I got a sense that there has been something that you're either been involved in that you haven't gotten recognition for. And this is what I got a sense, Trisha. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, you keep giving me chills, Wayne. Sorry. The red as well.
Get out of my head, man.
It's a power color, isn't it? Red.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a power card. Yeah.
I'll often put a red lipstick on when I feel empowered.
Yeah.
I might be in like a tracksuit, but I might put my red lipstick on, but it makes me feel, I don't know, but what I didn't notice before, Wayne, I don't know if you noticed, there's another.
Look at there. Why, yes, there is.
I never saw that before. I only noticed that. Oh, there's 3.
Yeah, there's actually 3. Curiouser and curiouser, my friends.
And this is what can happen. You could have these cards for a year or 2, and then all of a sudden something will jump out, and you'll be like, I never noticed that. That's been there all this time, and I couldn't see it.
I still say it's so odd how when I first saw that card, we're drawn to the smallest, yet when we're seeing it. Did y'all see those 3? I didn't.
I didn't notice. I only saw one.
What happened? Okay. Do you have one that you want to pick out there?
Can I just, I'm going to pull a card for a gentleman. I spoke to him earlier.
Okay.
It's quite funny. He's been awaiting to Vedic astrology, and this is for Z Golden.
All right.
I'm going to pull him a card because I know his numerology, but there's no point in repeating that. Because he's trying to get a job at the moment. So what does he need to know right now?
Well, we're going to send you some positive energy, my man. Favor. Let me tell you what, it's one of the things we should start remembering about your life when you get up in the morning. This is what I do, Trisha, in my mirror awareness time. I am speaking favor to me. And I say this, I say, Wayne Steiger, you beautiful man, you. People like you. There's favor following you. There's favor coming upon you. And this is what I do. And do it naked. My God, don't put your clothes on. Get out there and get it what it really looks like.
Doing naked. That's funny.
All right, let's go. Think about that the next time.
I'm thinking of Wayne naked next.
Okay.
No, but that actually takes some guts because a lot of people can't do it with clothes on, let alone clothes off.
Yeah, I'm serious. It's yeah. All right. I know that gets a little bit on the real side, but anyway.
Okay, so my light keeps going off. This often happens when my father's around because it's charging, so it shouldn't go out. Okay, he's got the card of authenticity. This is for Z Golden. Still here. Look at that.
Look at that. Is that a pheasant?
Yes.
Wow.
It is actually. We used to get lots of pheasants in our garden.
So immediately I got with that card, you know, pheasants is also associated with royalty.
Mm-hmm.
You know why?
Sorry, my
because they are highly sought after with their plumage. Their
okay.
Of course, I guess on the other hand, that means they have to be dead too, doesn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, but that one's very much.
That is a far out card. I mean, that really is.
And it's saying sovereignty, independence, and uniqueness. What I want to say to him is, and it jumps out with a little bit I know about him, I want to say, like, be authentic, be yourself. Don't try to fit in. And I'm drawn to the cactus, which to me, and I hope he doesn't take this wrong. Cacti can be prickly, can't they?
Yeah.
And I don't think he is, but maybe he gives the wrong impression off at times because I've spoken to him tonight in a group and he's actually a very gentle soul, very intuitive. And I feel that he sells himself short, I want to say. But I want to say to him, be authentic. Don't try to fit into a mold. Be yourself. That's what I want to say to him.
Good advice. In fact, that's good advice for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's funny because he found out tonight that his ascendant's in Gemini. He's always going on about being an Aries because we have this sort of joke. And I was like, I'm not going to let you forget that now because being Gemini myself, or Gemini, but he's got some Aries in his chart. That's funny.
Well, it's like I often say about us Geminis. It's like a schizophrenic in a hostage situation. It's actually, I messed that up. But anyway, let's go for another number, another person.
Yeah, I think Geminis are misunderstood. We can see both sides of.
Well, we can.
And people think, yeah, I got 5 planets in Gemini and Vedic. I mean, that's a lot. That's intense.
It's intense. It's like Heidi says. All right, so do you have another one?
Yeah, okay. I haven't picked any.
I have a 121 1966. So it'd be January 21st, 1966. I don't know who it is. I just grabbed the date. So if you're still here, please stand up.
Okay. So 12
rabbits. Kenneth, I like you. I'm just reading some of the comments.
Hunting rabbits.
It's a little distracting there. You know, the guy's driving the bus and here he is looking out.
It's okay. My light is going constantly off. This happened the other night. I like to have it on.
Well, that means that there's spirits around you, girl.
I think it's my dad. And ironic, that last card was a 5 and my father was a life path 5. And he didn't believe in any of this sort of stuff, but yet he's the one that comes through. If anybody gives me a message, it's always my father that comes through. And it's quite ironic. Or I dream about him. So he's...
Well, I'm just telling you, folks, it's going to be far out on the other side. Literally.
Yeah, he's having probably a whale of a time. I hope he is. Right, so I don't know who this is for. So the 21st of the 1st, so I'm not looking down. 21st of January 66. This person's a life path 8.
An 8. Wow, I haven't heard of an 8 here in a while.
Okay, yeah, we don't tend to, we get some, but we don't get many.
No, we don't.
Not like often there's loads of 9s or 11s or something like that. Oh, it's Kat Conway.
Oh, Kat, there you are. Well, there you are.
Okay, so her path in life is the CEO, the boss, the manager. She probably wears my mother was an 8, well, is an 8, she's a triple 8. So 8s are very good at managing a business for someone or for themselves. They're very good. You've got the ability to generate great wealth. It's the workaholic in numerology. You've got to be really careful because that's one thing I do find with 8s. If they haven't learned to balance work life, because they're workaholics, they can burn out or get chronic fatigue. They'll do the job of 2 people and think that's normal.
Okay.
So it's a very powerful life path number she's got. And then she's got the 3 birthday and the 4 attitude number. And the 4 attitude number is a worker number as well. So she really, I mean, we haven't got her other numbers from her names. She really has to be careful. She probably works really hard, this lady, even if it's in the home, even if some people say, well, I don't work, but I run the home, you know, she'll be very hardworking, this lady. I'd imagine also great in a crisis. 8's normally great in a crisis. And I pulled the card for her of letting go. It's a beautiful card. This is release, farewell, impermanence. And it's the card of letting go.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But I am really drawn to the owl.
Yeah, yeah. And the stars.
And the owls are wise.
Yeah.
And 9, the number 9 is about letting go. And I don't know, owls remind me of the number 9, like the wise old owl.
Wow, that is cool. Those are beautiful cards.
If she's looking at this, it could be something else. I'm also then drawn to the butterfly. I think they're butterflies in her hair. Yeah, they're butterflies. So it's about freedom. That's about, you know, flying away, spreading your wings. There's something she needs to let go of.
How cool is
Beautiful,
that?
aren't they? I've never
seen like those cards, Trisha.
Yeah. They were sent to me from America.
Wow. Someone is asking, do I drink Folgers? No, this is actually Bingle Spice tea. Lots of cloves, ginger, cinnamon. It's refreshing.
Yeah, I had a chai latte before we started. That's got all like spices in. I like
it. It does. Yeah, it's really good. So, Angela says owls are representative of consciousness.
They always remind me of, like Mark said, wisdom. They always remind me of wisdom, the wise old owl. I love owls. But yeah, Shannon's put, someone told me owls are evil. Who was talking? Was it you that was talking about owls on the symbolism? And like, I've never thought of owls as evil.
Yeah, and it's really odd. And I have a very good friend, Stormy Jackson, and she writes that, you know, for them, the owls were always evil, harbingers of evil. And but then again, you know, I've never seen them as evil. I've often found them as just gracefulness. And yeah. All right, so you want to do another one?
Yeah, Kat's put thanks. You hit on a lot of me. Okay, Kat, you're welcome.
Folks, you really should. And you really should go over there and subscribe to her channel. Get you up there in another 10,000. How's that?
Yeah, that's the next one, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But
All
what
right,
was I gonna say?
let's do one more. All right.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say because I do like do lives myself, just so anybody that's not been in my chat room, and we do these for hours sometimes. We did 3 hours the other night. My son joined in.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, we opened
Wow.
up the box of goodies. My son joined in. He picked people from the audience. It was really good. It was nice.
Now, why wasn't I? I'm going to have to go back and make sure that I didn't get that. I would have liked to have watched that. 3 hours would have been a little long, but
Yeah, but you don't have to watch it all, do you? You can pop in and out.
yeah, I'd have gone and stopped in and, then gone around the block and come back again.
I'm going to have you on my channel and interview you, Wayne. I'd like to do that next when you're free.
All right. I am ready to go anytime you
Like,
want me.
yeah, hear your
Seriously.
story.
I'll be more than happy to.
Okay, so who are we going to?
You choose someone. And we got time for another one here. So
Mr. 487, that's jumping out at me.
487. Boy, that's a strong number.
That's 6th of the 10th, 1972. Now I'm guessing that's probably the 10th of June. Mr. 487. Yeah, he definitely wanted his 10th because he put lots of. Anyway, I'm going to assume, unless he puts different. You're
an amazing person. I to have such cognitive awareness at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, listen, that's really though on your end, that's really when the psychic energy is really coming in. So
I'll be honest, I like doing readings. Like I won't often do a reading in the daytime, early in the day. If somebody tries to book in the day, I generally, unless they really can't, I don't like doing them early. I like doing them at night. And this time of night, I seem to be more switched on. So
this magic moment will last.
Okay, another number 8.
Number 8, another number, 2 8s. Wow.
Yeah. So obviously, unless I see otherwise, the only number that, yes, I always put yes. So it's the 10th of June.
Welcome, so, fellow Gemini.
Interestingly, he's got his 3 numbers. He's got the 1, the same as Wayne and I. He's got 7 attitude, the same as Wayne and I. I'm giving an example. But this person's got an 8. So like Kat, it was just, and she was the 8. So again, this person's got the ability to generate great wealth. I'm giving a snippet here. This is just like a general, but it usually fits for people. It's just uncanny how it fits. Be careful about workaholism. Be careful that your relationships don't suffer, because there can be all work, no play, you see. Even when they're in bed, they're thinking about. The only time with an 8 when you know something's wrong is when they've lost their ambition.
Wow.
If you know they've lost their ambition, you know there's something seriously wrong. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. That's worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you're with a number 8 and they've lost their drive and they do want to have the best of everything, and that's part of what they've come here to have and be and do, then something's really wrong, that they're not happy at all. And he's got a 1 birthday, so it's the leader, not the follower. If he doesn't have his own business, he really probably should do, because he very, with the 1 being the leader, not the follower, it's like self-employment. 7 attitude, that's a great business number. It's also a psychic number. This guy will be taking everything in about everyone. We won't be telling him, but we're like, I don't know if you do this, Wayne, but I know I do it. And it's not to cheat, I'm observing. You might say things to me, but I'm watching over a long period of time, I'm watching people. Do they really stand up to what they're saying? Are their actions matching their words? And it's not to catch anyone out, it's to see if I can trust them.
What have you found?
People soon show themselves within a couple of months.
They do, don't
whether it's business, whether it's friendship, within a couple of months. People can't usually keep it up much longer than that before the cracks start to show.
Yeah.
But that's my sort of like protection. It's just, I've always been like that. And I guess I've got 2 7s actually in my chart. So,
That's what I love about this group. I mean, authenticness is one of the things that I have to say runs in abundance here. We got way too many psychics around here. You know what I'm saying, folks? Okay. And
I've pulled in, you see the same card, I've shuffled these cards.
wow. And
Yeah,
yet
it's
they
quite,
keep,
needs to take action. He's probably got plans. It's like everything's ready. Like, are you gonna, I mean, if you aren't taking, when I look at the mask with this, it's almost like they've got all these plans and they're hiding behind this mask, and they really need to start and take action and be focused with it.
what I get when I saw that just right now is inside there is hesitation.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
they're 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 doubting themselves.
Everything's lined
Wait,
up. It's ready to go. You've got the ideas. You've just got to like go for it. But you
let me
hide
just
it
tell
behind.
you, from a businessman, let me tell you, I am a firm believer that every person has a $1 billion idea.
Mm,
It's the fact that we so doubt ourselves, Trisha, that opportunities come and go. And when we pass over through the birth portal on the other side, we're going to look back and we're going to go, damn, I didn't know I had that opportunity. And
yeah.
yeah, so that's just my 2 cents worth.
Yeah, and something was mentioned to me tonight, and it was very similar to, and I'm not going to, so that we've discussed, you and I, and the vision I had about something, and
Yeah.
somebody else was coming up with a very similar idea, an Indian gentleman. And I was like, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
still
kept,
working on ours. I'm telling you, it's going to be big. And,
yeah.
you know,
But they've got a similar idea. I don't know to what
yeah.
extent, but this isn't. He's in India, so it's
Yeah, I'm telling you, there is something. Let me just, while we're sharing this, and it's kind of where I love having you on because, folks, there is something that is definitely amping up. Trisha, I'm feeling it every day, getting sense of it more and more. But here's the thing about it is, it's not a foreboding type of feeling. It's not. I see rough waters, but I don't have any fear about it.
I'm excited about this year, to be quite
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
I felt like, yeah, this is like, I don't know whether it's me personally or whether it's like a lots of people. I just feel that there's
You know what
really
I feel
good
like?
changes coming this year.
I did you ever go rappelling?
Repelling.
Uh-huh. You
What's that?
know,
What?
having a rope and jumping over a side of a cliff and then rappelling down.
Oh, I've done a bit of, do you mean not on the side of a cliff though? Abseiling.
Yeah, well, now this is where you actually just tie the rope off and then
Oh,
you undulate down. That's
no, I'm
the
not that
feeling I
crazy.
get. I feel like, I'm right over on the edge. Now it's just me because you get that feeling down in your groin and you're like, oh yeah, this is cool, buddy. And you jump over the side. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I haven't done that, but when I was in the military, we had to do sea survival, and we had to climb up. It was out in a like an open lake. We had to climb up this. I was petrified. Out this, the high like diving boards.
Okay, I want to hear this. Keep on.
The really high diving boards.
Yeah, yeah, like the 10 meter.
Oh, even more than it was high, but it was out on an open lake. It's to give you the impression if you're jumping off the side of a naval ship.
Okay. So
Probably
what'd
not
you
quite.
do?
Well, you had your what do you call it? Your
Life preserver?
yeah, and you had to like cross your arms when you jump in, not just jump in with your arm. But I was petrified, and I used to stand on the edge, and in the end, I used to just close my eyes and just launch myself off. And then you had to swim out to. It's like an inflatable life raft, so it's like as if you've been
Like
you've
on a
fallen off.
ship that got torpedoed.
Yeah, and you're having to get in this sea survival thing, and there's about 6, 7 of you in it. So you have to wait for everyone to get in, and you have to get yourself in. And then they tie it to a speedboat and they take you. The worst bit for me was jumping off the edge of that flipping high board.
You know what? You know what I really want? I'd like to see you in a uniform. And
I have pictures.
I think you should grace us, and I'd love to see them the next time I have you on.
Okay.
Wouldn't everyone like to see this? Come on. Now, I think when I think of Trisha G, I think of this very proper lady. And I'm trying to see her now in a military uniform. Like, holy crap, she could kick your butt.
Nobody believed me that, but I had short hair. When I went in, I cut all my hair off. So I had short blonde hair. I didn't look butch though. I weighed 8 stone, Wayne.
Did you have that kind of like that pixie cut?
It was long on top. So it was in the early 90s. So it's long on top and it swept across and it was short at the back.
Guys, come on. I mean,
it's nice still. But what it was stopping, see, I didn't have to, if you got long hair, you had to tighten a bun. It had to be neat. That was time I didn't have. You got 5 minutes to get changed into a different set of clothing.
Most people can't get 2 pairs of socks on it in 5 minutes. You know,
they might give you 2 minutes to you need to get in there, get changed. Everything has to be put away neat. Back out the door. I thought I ain't got time for tying my hair in a bun, so I just cut it all off. But I loved it, and I've got pictures of me doing the assault course. I look so young though. Yeah.
I'd love to see a picture. I have to see Trisha.
Sorry, I was going to say I've got one of me in my gas mask because I was thinking of Rex. He had his he got his gas mask and he's in his garage. And I have got a picture of me sat in my Range uniform in a skirt and shirt, and I put my gas mask on to pose in it just for a laugh.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I love about life and getting to know people. I mean, you know, in the 90s, I was I was living in Knoxville, Tennessee. And so here you were in the military, and it's just so interesting. You got to show us a picture, though. Come on. I mean,
I'll bring some pictures on next time. And I've got pictures of me. In security, like combat. So, I mean, I weighed 8.5 stone, and
so a stone is what? Is that 16 pounds? What is a stone in conversion ratio?
16 ounces in a pound. There's 14 pounds in a stone. So it's about 120 pounds or something. I was a bit underweight because I used to do a lot of running, and it was a little bit underweight. And just learning to shoot an SA-80 and stuff was just crazy.
I mean, seriously, come on, girl.
But I loved it. But the bit I didn't like is when you make the friends and then you all have to go your separate ways after a year or so or less. That's the bit I didn't like. I loved the training. That was fun.
Now I'm seeing hello from K-Town. Hello, G Mason. How you doing? I don't know. I get the idea of now seeing you hold an automatic weapon. I want to see that even more.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any pictures of that.
Oh, I mean, that's just too cool, girl.
Mark shots. I have to admit, I'm attracted to Trisha.
Yeah, he's thinking about seeing you in the uniform. Come on. I mean, you got this gorgeous British blonde. I mean, it's the whole Austin Powers thing. Hey, bye.
I don't think I looked that glamorous though, because I had my hair short. Maybe if I'd had longer hair, but it was good. It was okay. I didn't look too bad.
A military person. I love it.
Nobody believed me. Like when I went on a night out, they'd say, "Oh, like, what do you do?" And I said that I was, and they'd like, "No, you can't be." And I'm like, "I am."
Well, you've got the grace and the poise. You wouldn't think of this person was, out there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and all my reports said that. I got really good reports, and
I bet you did.
Yeah, I'm a decent person, and it showed in my character. I got what do you call it?
I find you to be a decent person. I agree with you on that. I agree. I like you, Trisha. I consider you to be a good friend.
Yeah, and I do you too, Wayne. There's what do you call it? When you leave the military,
Oh,
they do
you're
a report
just,
about your discharge.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
you get a certain ranking on your discharge. And obviously I got a very honourable discharge. So,
Way to
I
go.
think you can't keep that up for 11 years, can you, if you're not of good character?
No, no. You're good people, Trisha. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can get some rest.
Nazi female. I don't know about Nazi female.
What's that?
Kenneth Thompson's put Nazi female. I don't know about that.
Oh, now come on. That ain't right. Come on. Listen, if
No,
there
not
is a
Nazi.
person who is I just think it's so cool. I really do. When I think of you, Trisha, and I see you in this uniform, I mean, you know,
Well,
that's pretty
Ryan's in
cool.
Manchester. I'm in Lincolnshire, Ryan. So
Okay. All
we've got
right.
some English people in.
Well,
Yeah,
Trisha, we got to do this more often. So,
yeah, definitely.
yeah, I'll come on to your show. Be more than
Yeah,
happy. I'll let you interview me.
yeah, that'd be good because I'd
Ah,
like to. I've not really heard your backstory. I know. I think you said it on the radio.
I did. I gave a little
I
piece of
haven't
it.
listened to
Yeah.
that yet. I need to
Yeah.
listen to that.
Yeah. It's I'm finding out all those adventures, who would have thought, right? Now I got you seeing you jump off the side of a ship. I'm going, I, I love it.
It was
Well,
funny.
folks, go over there, and it's the your YouTube channel is the Trisha G, right?
Yeah, or if they just put Trisha Gowder, it should come up with my name.
In fact, I'm going to share your screen as we. There you are. Is that you right there?
That's me. Yeah.
There we go, folks. Come on and get over there. Let's support Trisha. She's part of us, and we all want to be a part of that anyway. And I just think that it's fabulous, girl. That's all I got to say is fabulous. So, all right. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, I just want to say, Joe, I just want, it sounds like Rex now, be kind to each other. But yeah,
We need to
just
be,
remember everybody may not get on. Not everybody's in the, I don't know, not just accept that everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be loved, but it doesn't mean to say you all have to hang out together. We all have our differences. That's what I want to say to people.
Yeah. Yeah. I think sometimes some people are they're like a spice that the first time you taste it, you're not real sure about it. But if you give them a second chance, a third chance, and you find out, hey, that's kind of cool,
And
So
it might be the opposite, and that's cool, but you
yeah,
just go your separate
hey,
ways and just let it go.
there's just some people, I'll share an experience. I worked for a company in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the manager over the facility had a thing against people that wore white shirts, what we would call, white collar.
White collar, yeah.
Yeah. And he was just an ass. I mean, let me tell you how bad, let me tell you this guy. Let me tell you how this dude was. You'd say good morning to him, Trisha. You know what he would respond back? What the F is good about it?
Oh, God.
And that's on a good day. And and demeaning to women. I actually had to go in there and tell him one time because he actually made our secretary cry. It is just, but anyway, there's just some people that, you're just not going to like.
Yeah, and some people are just really unhappy in their lives.
They are. They are.
Can't see the good in anything, sadly.
Boy, you know what, Trisha, right there alone. And folks, I think we all listen. I know we're going a little bit longer on this, but I think that's just it. I think that we just got to stop and realize that sometimes people are trying to work either through or out their hurts.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, Trisha. I think it all comes down to hurt. There's
only two sort of things, fear and love, and everything comes under those two umbrellas.
I agree.
Anger is under fear, there's only really those two umbrellas, and everything else goes under one of those.
Wow. Girl, love you. You're just a great. Thank you. Come back here, folks. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow night, we're going to do I'm just going to do a hangout. We're going to talk about some of the headlines, Wednesday night midweek report. Want to let you know that I am working on Lisa. I don't know if you know of her. Have you heard? Give me a second here as I get there. I'm looking for this. Lisa Barnett. Have you ever heard of her?
Name seems familiar.
Yeah, well, she works from the Akashic
Okay.
record.
Yeah,
So
I
she's
may have come across her. The name's familiar.
yeah, she's coming on, and we got some really good people on. Trisha, to this Saturday, I think. Is this Saturday the 11th? It is. I have Mary Rodwell coming on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
and
seen her in the radio show station I used to be on.
okay.
She's been interviewed on there, so I've seen her. Yeah.
She's a fascinating person. What a knowledge she has about abductees and
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
I've heard. Yeah, they
it's
talk a
been,
lot of that on that channel. It's what's the channel we call Cosmic Connection? It's oh god, why can't I remember the name of the channel? The
because it's
station
3 o'clock in the morning.
probably KCOR Radio. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I've heard of her on there.
So anyway, all right, folks. Good night, everyone. We will
Thank you,
see
everybody.
you back here real soon. Be kind to everyone.